What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? That was an average clap at best. Today, I have a compensator from Faxon Firearms that we're going to talk about today. Up here on the screen is what all of the handguns that they currently make a compensator for. This particular one is for the SIG P365 series family of guns, and that is what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to talk about the specifics on this comp. I'm going to talk about the testing that I have done, and then I'll talk a little bit about this comp compared to some other comps that I have spent a significant amount of time with. So the way a comp works is you shoot the gun and there's a bullet and a whole bunch of gases going down the barrel, and obviously there's a hole in the top of the compensator, and it pushes some of those gases up, and that does two things. So as you're shooting and the gun rises, those gases being pushed up will limit that muzzle rise. How much will depends on your shooting skills and ability, but it will help the muzzle rise. It also helps the felt recoil because some of those gases are going up. It is typically a softer shooting gun with less muzzle rise, and it is very, very pleasant. So this particular one is going to be one of the more affordable comps on the market. You can get these at the time I'm making this video sub $85. So that is a very, very friendly price. Again, it works with all of the SIG P365 or XL family guns. What I have is a standard length P365 slide with an X series grip. So that X series grip gives you the length of the XL, but the grip of the X, and that's what you're seeing here. Now the material is 6061 aluminum, and that's one of the reasons this is a less expensive or more affordable compensator compared to others. Like the Radian and the Parker Mountain Machine, those are two of the more expensive pistol comps in the market. Those are made from stainless steel. That's one of the reasons those are significantly more expensive than something like this. The finish on it is a black anodized finish, which is good. Anodized, nitrite, they're both very affordable finish, but they also give good corrosion resistance. So that's cool, no issues there. Now, before we continue on the specs, I want to quickly thank Natchez, biggest supporter of my channel. I like to thank them in every single video. Hunting, fishing, camping, pew-pews, optics, reloading, they have all that stuff. The shirt is from TriStar, and both the link to Natchez and TriStar are down you know where. Now, the other thing I want to tell you real quick, every Wednesday night I've been having live videos on my YouTube channel. I bring in a different gun tuber or a different company. We go live for about an hour, sometimes an hour and a half if we get carried away, but we do that live video every week, and I'd love for you to join me. So keep an eye out every Wednesday for those videos. Looking closely at the compensator, you'll notice right away that the top of the comp has a huge port. It's very, very large. And then on the side, it has two other ports on the side, and both of those are angled forward. And that's all in an attempt to eat up as much of that felt recoil and reduce that muzzle rise as much as you possibly can. This type of comp is going to thread on a threaded barrel. I definitely recommend you use some Loctite on the screws. And then on the bottom, you'll see two holes in the bottom, and that's when you get your little Allen wrench and you screw in two little screws onto the threads, and that's what holds it in place. It's going to work with a 1/2x28 barrel, threaded barrel, and because it's a threaded barrel, it may not be legal. It's probably not going to be 50 state legal. There's a lot of states out there that don't allow threaded barrels. Now, as far as the barrel you need for it, I did use the Faxon brand barrel. Of course, Faxon recommends you use their barrel, but probably going to work with whatever barrel you want to throw in there. All right, dimensions, weight, and price are up here on the screen. Again, very, very affordable, and there'll be links to this down you know where. I can't say where. All right, let's talk about the testing. So I brought to the range twice. 3 times? Twice? 2 or 3 times? I don't remember. We'll see in the footage. I shot a couple hundred rounds through it. The one thing I wanted to make sure I did was I shot 115 grain ammo, 124, and 147. Some comps on some guns, especially if the recoil spring is not worn in very well, you can have reliability problems, especially with this really big port. It does eat up a good amount of that felt recoil. It's a very soft shooting gun when you put this compensator on there, but if the gun's not well worn in, you may have some reliability issues. That's not a dig on this comp, that's all compensators, and the more effective it is, the more likely you're going to have those issues. So you may need to play with the recoil spring is what I'm saying on some guns, but mine was fine. Mine was flawless. This recoil spring is well worn in, and I usually have a different comp on this gun anyway, so mine was good. As far as the type of shooting I just did a bunch of concealed carry type drills, drawing from the holster, moving and shooting, hitting steel, all stuff that you would typically do with a small carry gun. Lots and lots of shooting on steel. And the The main thing I want to stress is with the big port on the top and the 2 ports on the side, it definitely eats up a lot of the felt recoil and makes this very, very small gun very soft shooting. All right. My biggest pro is going to be the price. It's tough to beat it when it's coming in, as of right now, sub $85. Again, it's a very effective comp, like I just said. Eats up a lot of that felt recoil, and I like that Faxon has such a wide comps for a wide variety of handguns. There's nothing I would change on this specific comp, but I would love Faxon to do. Like, they have a line of affordable comps now, which is great. Affordable, good quality, works well. I would like them to come out with a premium line of comps, maybe a micro line, something that sits flush with the end of the muzzle, something a little smaller. I understand that may not be as effective, but I think aesthetically that would look a lot better. If they made it in stainless, they could charge significantly more. That's what I would like to see. I don't know. All right, compared to other compensators, what I wanted to talk about real quick was, I think this is priced accordingly. And I think I've said that a few times, but I have a lot of experience with the Parker Mountain machine comp. I have a Radian coming as well, and those are significantly nicer comps, but they're a lot more expensive. Again, they're made from stainless. One thing I like about both of them, they do sit flush with the end of the muzzle, so aesthetically, they're very, very good looking comps. One big advantage of the Radian, it's not a threaded barrel, so it's going to be legal in more places, maybe, hopefully. I think this comp, if you're going to compare it to something, it's probably better off comparing it to, like, there's a Tyrant Designs comp out there for the similar price. And that one's actually even a little bigger, I believe. Another great comparison would be the Harrington Arms comp right back there on the wall. I have a Harrington Arms comp from my PSA Dagger Compact, and it's a similar design, threads on, the screws into the threads, and it's a similar price point, similar material, and that comp's been very, very good. So I think if you're going to compare them, that's probably a better comparison than the Radian or the Parker Mountain machine. Anyway, let me thank Faxon. Their support, this is the first time they've sent me anything, so their support is appreciated, and I want to say thank you. Natchez, the biggest supporter of the channel. TriStar has my swag. The links to all 3 are down you know where. Again, I'm having those live videos every Wednesday night with a different YouTuber or a different company in the industry. So if you want to check them out, I announce them and share the link on my Instagram page. Then we go live here on YouTube every Wednesday night, different time, depending on who's coming on and where they live and all that good stuff. I try to do them at 6 p.m., but it'll always be a different time. So you're going to have to look on YouTube or Instagram to find that out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you think I deserve it, click the subscribe button. My subs are way up. I appreciate it. I want to keep it going. I want to hit 100,000 subs this year, which is not going to be easy to do. So if you think I deserve it, click that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Santa appreciates it. Stay blessed. Have a good day.